When we talk about transformation, we often imagine changes happening outside of us. We think of new jobs, new relationships, or new achievements as the measure of progress. But the deepest transformation does not begin with what happens around us. It begins with what awakens within us. The greatest journeys of the human spirit are not about crossing oceans or climbing mountains, but about the courage to explore the vast inner world we carry within. This is where true power is born. The world constantly tells us that success comes from accumulation, more possessions, more recognition, more validation, yet so many who have gained everything that society promised still feel empty inside. That emptiness is not a failure, but a message calling us inward. It is an invitation to discover the source of joy that does not depend on circumstances. When we turn our attention inward, we realize that nothing external can truly define our worth. The treasure we seek has always been within us. Inner awareness is the light that cuts through the fog of confusion. When life feels heavy and uncertain, it is not the outside noise that needs to be silenced, but the inner clarity that needs to be heard. That clarity is like a compass always pointing us back to our true self. In that space of awareness, we remember who we are beyond the roles we play and the labels we carry. We find strength that does not falter when the world shifts. We find peace that does not break when challenges come. Think about how much energy we spend comparing ourselves to others. We measure our journey against someone else's timeline and wonder why we feel behind. But the truth is that comparison steals the beauty of your own path. When you shift your gaze inward, you realize there is no race to win. There is only the unfolding of your unique purpose. Your pace is perfect for the lessons you are meant to learn and the person you are meant to become. That realization frees you from the pressure of competition and awakens a calm confidence. The mind often fills us with fear. What if I fail? What if I am not enough? What if I lose? These questions echo endlessly until we believe them as truth. But awareness allows us to step back and observe those thoughts without being consumed by them. We realize that thoughts are not who we are. They are passing clouds in the vast sky of our being. When we anchor ourselves in awareness, we stop chasing every cloud and instead rest in the endless sky of possibility. That is where freedom lives. Awareness also teaches us that pain is not an enemy but a teacher. Every struggle, every heartbreak, every disappointment carries within it a seed of growth. When we numb ourselves to pain, we also numb ourselves to wisdom. But when we face our experiences with awareness, we uncover strength we did not know we had. We see that even in our darkest nights, there are stars guiding us forward. It is not about avoiding pain, but about allowing it to transform us into deeper, wiser, and stronger beings. True inner awareness connects us to gratitude. It opens our eyes to the gifts that were always present but often unnoticed, the breath that sustains us, the people who love us, the opportunities to learn each day. Gratitude shifts our focus from what is missing to what is abundant. And from that place, abundance grows even more. When we live in gratitude, our energy rises, and we attract more reasons to give thanks. That is the quiet magic of awareness at work in our lives. Many believe that fulfillment will arrive when everything finally falls into place. Yet fulfillment is not a destination waiting at the end of struggle. It is a state of being that can be accessed right here, right now, through awareness. When you become fully present to this moment, you awaken to the richness of life that is already unfolding. The taste of your food, the sound of laughter, the beauty of silence. These simple things become profound when awareness illuminates them. Fulfillment is not in tomorrow, it is in the awareness of today. As you grow in awareness, you begin to trust life itself. You realize that you are not separate from the flow of the universe, but part of its rhythm. The same intelligence that guides the stars also guides your steps. Trusting this flow releases the need to control every outcome. Instead of fear, you live with openness. Instead of doubt, you live with faith. This trust becomes the foundation of inner strength that carries you through every storm with grace. Awareness ultimately awakens love, not just love for others, but love for yourself. You see yourself not as broken or unworthy, but as whole and complete. You understand that your flaws do not define you, they refine you. You recognize that your journey is not a mistake, but a masterpiece in progress. With self-love, you radiate compassion to others. You stop seeking approval outside because you already honor yourself within. And when love flows from you, it returns to you multiplied. The journey to inner awareness is not always easy, but it is always worth it. It requires patience, silence, and courage. It asks you to slow down in a world that glorifies speed. It asks you to listen when everything around you is loud. But each moment you choose awareness, you grow closer to your true self. And the closer you get, the more life begins to feel aligned, free, and deeply meaningful. Awareness is not a practice for a moment, it is a way of living fully alive. So I invite you to pause and turn inward. Listen to the quiet voice that has been waiting for your attention. Allow yourself to reconnect with the wisdom already within you. Let go of the need to measure your worth by the world, and begin to see yourself through the eyes of awareness. You are not lacking, you are not late, you are not lost. You are simply awakening. And the more you awaken, the more your life transforms into a reflection of the power, peace, and love that has always been within you. Every day we wake up with countless thoughts rushing through our minds. Some are born from worry, while others come from hope. The direction of those thoughts decides the direction of our lives. Living with intention means taking responsibility for where we place our mental energy. It means choosing to guide our focus instead of letting random distractions or fears decide our destiny. Without intention, life drifts, but with intention, life becomes a masterpiece. Most people live on autopilot, repeating the same patterns day after day. They do what they have always done because it feels safe or familiar. But true growth comes when you pause and ask yourself why you are doing what you are doing. That single question can awaken new clarity. Are your choices aligned with the life you truly want, or are they simply habits passed down by others? Living with purpose begins with conscious awareness of your choices. There is incredible power in a clear intention. When your mind and heart are united in a vision, you create momentum that attracts opportunities and people to support that vision. It is not magic, it is alignment. The universe responds to clarity with clarity. When you say yes to your purpose, doors open that once seemed locked. You begin to notice paths that were always there but hidden from an unfocused mind. Intention is the key that reveals them. Think of an arrow released from a bow. If it is shot without direction, it will land anywhere. But when aimed with precision, it hits the target. Your life is that arrow, and intention is the aim. Without it, you scatter your energy and wonder why you feel unfulfilled. With it, you concentrate your power and move with direction. Every action has more meaning because it is tied to something greater than itself. That is how intention transforms ordinary steps into extraordinary journeys. Purpose is not always about grand achievements. It is about aligning even small actions with your deepest values. When you smile at a stranger, when you listen fully to a friend, when you create something with love, those actions carry energy. They may seem small, but they ripple outward. Living with intention means infusing meaning into the simple moments of life. Over time, those moments weave together into a life of significance and joy. Fear often clouds our sense of purpose. We ask, what if I fail? What if I am not ready? What if people judge me? But living with intention does not mean the absence of fear. It means choosing purpose despite fear. When your why is strong enough, fear loses its grip. Intention gives you courage to take steps that once seemed impossible. It reminds you that growth lives on the other side of fear, and that your life is too valuable to be ruled by hesitation. There is also a deep connection between intention and resilience. Challenges will come, storms will test you, setbacks will appear. But when you know your purpose, you can endure them with strength. Intention acts as an anchor, keeping you steady even when waves crash around you. It whispers to you that the struggle is not the end but part of the path. With purpose, every obstacle becomes a teacher, and every detour becomes guidance. Too often people chase goals that do not belong to them. They follow what society calls success, without asking if it feels true to their soul. The result is achievement without fulfillment. Living with intention requires the courage to define success on your own terms. Maybe success for you is not wealth but peace. Maybe it is not recognition but love. When you are honest with yourself about what matters, your path becomes authentic and your heart becomes light. The mind is powerful, but intention must be paired with action. Dreaming without doing creates frustration, but when you align your actions with your vision, every step carries meaning. Each day becomes a chance to move closer to what you want to create. Even small, consistent steps compound into remarkable change. Intention fuels persistence, and persistence turns purpose into reality. This is how lives are transformed, one action at a time. Living with intention also requires presence. Too often, we live in the past with regret, or in the future with worry. But intention lives in the now. It asks, what can I do with this moment to align with my highest self? By focusing on the present, you bring power into your choices. You stop scattering your energy across timelines you cannot control. You become grounded and effective in the here and now. That is where purpose thrives. Your intention does not only transform your life, it inspires others. People can feel when you live with authenticity and vision. It sparks something within them, reminding them of their own potential. In this way, your purpose becomes a gift to the world. Every life aligned with intention adds more light to humanity. Your choices ripple beyond you, touching people you may never even meet. That is the quiet yet profound influence of a purposeful life. At the heart of living with intention is love. Love for yourself, love for others, and love for the journey. When your actions are guided by love, they carry a higher vibration. They heal, they uplift, and they create unity. Intention without love can become ambition that burns out, but intention with love becomes purpose that endures. Love makes the journey meaningful and ensures that your purpose enriches not only you, but everyone you touch. To live with intention is to live awake. It is to move from being a passive participant in life to being an active creator. It is to realize that every thought, every word, and every choice matters. You are not here to drift aimlessly. You are here to express the unique light within you. That light shines brightest when guided by clear purpose, and when you choose to live that way, your life becomes not only meaningful but unforgettable. When we think of healing, we often imagine medicine or physical treatment. We picture doctors and hospitals and pills that remove pain, but healing is not only about the body, it is about the wholeness of who we are. True well-being is born when mind, body, and spirit work together in harmony. Without that balance, even the strongest body can feel weak, and even the most capable mind can feel heavy. Healing begins by recognizing that we are more than flesh and thought, we are energy and spirit. The body carries wisdom, but it listens to the mind and heart. When we hold on to fear, anger, or regret, the body absorbs that tension. Over time, it shows up as stress, fatigue, or even illness. This is why healing must begin with the inner landscape. When we choose peace instead of resentment, when we forgive instead of holding grudges, the body responds with relief. The cells listen to the stories we tell ourselves. Healing comes from speaking to ourselves with love. Think about how often we ignore the signals our bodies give us: a headache, a restless night, an ache in the chest. Instead of pausing to listen, we push through with more work, more distraction, more noise. Yet the body is not the enemy, it is a messenger. It whispers to us when something is out of alignment. When we honor those whispers, we prevent them from turning into screams. Healing is not about silencing the body, but about listening to it with care and respect. The mind plays an equally powerful role in our well-being. Thoughts are not just invisible currents, they shape the chemistry of the body. A mind filled with fear lowers the body's strength, while a mind filled with hope creates resilience. Every thought releases energy that affects how we feel and how we live. This is why cultivating a positive inner dialogue is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Healing begins when we choose to feed the mind with truth, encouragement, and possibility. Beyond the body and the mind lies the spirit. The spirit is the part of us that is timeless, unbroken, and infinite. It does not age, it does not weaken, it does not fade. When we connect to spirit, we connect to the source of strength that never runs dry. Prayer, meditation, silence, and gratitude are ways we open this connection. Spirit is the place where we remember that we are not alone, that life itself supports us. Healing through spirit is the deepest healing because it touches the eternal. Many people believe that healing is only about removing pain, but real healing is about restoring wholeness. It is about returning to a state where we feel complete within ourselves. Pain may still exist, but it no longer defines us. Struggles may still arise, but they no longer break us. Wholeness allows us to face life with resilience and grace. Healing is not the absence of difficulty, but the presence of inner strength. That is the gift of aligning body, mind, and spirit. Connection plays a vital role in healing. When we isolate ourselves in times of struggle, we cut off the very support that could uplift us. Community, love, and relationships are medicine for the soul. A kind word, a listening ear, a gentle embrace can do what no drug can achieve. Healing grows faster in the soil of compassion. To heal fully, we must allow ourselves to give and receive love, because love is the language of the Spirit. Forgiveness is another powerful form of healing. When we hold on to anger or resentment, we poison our own hearts. The person who hurt us may move on, but we remain chained to the wound. Forgiveness does not excuse the harm, but it frees us from carrying it forever. It allows us to release the weight and reclaim our energy. To forgive is to heal, and to heal is to remember that peace is more powerful than pain. Forgiveness is medicine for both the giver and the receiver. Gratitude also transforms the path of healing. Instead of focusing only on what is broken, gratitude helps us see what is still whole. It shifts our perspective from scarcity to abundance. Gratitude strengthens the immune system, lifts the mood, and connects us to joy. Even in pain, there is something to be thankful for. Every breath, every sunrise, every act of kindness is proof that life still holds beauty. Gratitude opens the door for more healing to enter. Healing through body, mind, and spirit is not a one-time act, it is a lifelong practice. It requires patience, compassion, and consistency. Some days will feel easy while others will feel heavy, but every step matters because every step brings alignment. The more we live in harmony, the stronger our well-being becomes. Healing is not a destination, it is a journey of remembering who we truly are, and in that remembrance we find peace. This kind of healing empowers us to serve others. When we are whole, we radiate energy that inspires those around us. Our presence becomes a source of calm and encouragement. We do not need to preach or teach, we simply live in balance, and that balance touches others. Healing spreads like light, it cannot be contained. When you heal yourself, you contribute to the healing of the world. That is the quiet yet profound power of wholeness. The world needs more people who live in this harmony, people who nurture their bodies with care, who fill their minds with clarity, and who connect deeply with their spirits. These are the people who lift communities, families, and generations. Healing is not selfish, it is service. By choosing wholeness, you become an example that it is possible to rise above struggle. You show that true strength comes from within, and your light helps others find their way. We have journeyed through the power of awareness, the clarity of intention, and the wholeness of healing. Each of these truths is not separate, but connected like threads woven into the fabric of a meaningful life. When you awaken awareness, you discover the strength already within. When you live with intention, you give that strength a direction. And when you embrace healing through mind, body, and spirit, you create balance that sustains you. This is not just wisdom to be admired, it is a call to action. It asks you to step into your own power to live awake and to honor the life you have been given. The world does not need another person living in fear or doubt. It needs you fully alive, fully present, and fully aligned with your highest self. Your journey is unique and your light is needed. So as you leave these words behind, carry with you the reminder that transformation begins the moment you decide it will. Do not wait for the perfect time or the perfect condition. The time is now and the place is here. Step into your awareness, walk with intention, and nurture your healing. In doing so, you will not only change your life, you will inspire the lives of countless others.